Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy lunch hour. I'm coming to you with nary a stitch of makeup. This is kind of one of those days that has gotten away from me. I've been doing laundry all morning and cleaning house and lost track of the time and didn't get any makeup put on. And this is Robin at her finest. But I have been learning that done is better than perfect. And so we're going to get her done and we're going to do this live video. And I just wanted to talk to you about emotions and feelings and oils, because that's one of the places where oils can really shine. And a lot of us just don't think about using oils for emotions, but it's one of the areas in our lives that I really think God really kind of created the plants for that specific purpose because they work so well. So once again, this is just a 15-minute little pop-in class. I'm going to use the Game Plan Script Book Mini by Sarah Harnish. She's the one that wrote this script, but she does such a really good job that it makes my life a whole lot easier because I can just read what she wrote and do a nice little training for you guys in 15 minutes. And this is just really and like I said, an important training, and I thought you would really enjoy this. So I'm just going to read out of the script book. So the first thing that we're going to start with is a quote by Lois L. Hay from a book called Heal Your Body. And she says, "No plant can live if the root is cut away." So one of the most powerful uses of essential oils is for the brain and for emotions. You don't want to use anything in your diffuser that you don't want in your brain. Diffusing oils into the air is the quickest and most direct route to the brain. Why is that? Oil molecules are smaller than viruses. That means that they can cross the blood-brain barrier and have access to the limbic lobe of the brain, which is the emotional control center of your entire body. So the oils that come in the feelings collection from Young Living are called Harmony, Forgiveness, Inner Child, Present Time, Release, and Valor. And they are all available as individual oils as well. So if you find that you're really using one faster than another, for instance, Valor is oftentimes somebody's favorite and gets used way more often than the others, you can buy these individually to replenish your kit, but they do come in a collection. When you are a child, all things are possible. There are no limitations. And that's a quote from our founder, D. Gary Young, speaking about the creation of Inner Child, which was one of his favorite blends. So this is Gary Young's emotional protocol. I'm going to tell you what the protocol is, and then we're going to talk just a little bit more about what and why and how, okay? So the protocol for using this particular kit or any of these oils individually is, number one, valor on the soles of your feet. Number two, harmony on your spine or the crown of your head. And when I'm talking the crown of your head, I'm talking back here, not on top because it can run down in your eyes, but at the back so that it runs down the back of your head. Number three is forgiveness around your navel, and it is recommended that you go clockwise around your navel with your right hand. Okay, that just gets the oil spinning in the same direction as our DNA, and it just goes right into our DNA really easily that way. The fourth step is release oil under your tongue or over the liver, Vitaflex points. Number five is present time in clockwise circles in the palm of your hand, and then apply it to the thymus. And number six, inner child, once again, on the crown of the head. So essential oils assist with emotional barriers. And it's because oils contain hundreds of constituents. Plants are much like people in the way they deal with stress. They have to weather storms, bacteria, fungus, wind, flooding, droughts, insects, etc. And God created these constituents in the plants to keep the plants safe, and they harness that same effect on human emotions. What happens when the body feels an intense emotion? Scientists tell us they can visibly see that emotion hit the brain. It actually shows up like a pebble tossed into a lake as little ripples. And it's a physical effect to some big emotion that they can see on a scan. The body takes protective measures with stored emotions all the time. And these can take the form of kidney stones, liver stones, gallstones, and they are built up out of toxic substances that can really calcify into hardened stones, and they can have a chemical reaction that encapsulates them in our organs and causes issues. And sometimes we really just don't think that that could be caused by an emotion. There are several quotes that I'm not going to take the time to read, but I have a full class that I can teach on this that is actually an hour-long class. And it has some scientific studies and some quotes by medical doctors that talk about these emotions could be the cause of these stones that our body can create. So Gary Young also said 99% of emotions are made from feelings. If you want your life to be guided by good decisions that lead to health, happiness, and fulfillment, you need to be aware of and in control of your present feelings and the feelings of the past. So after 15 minutes, the cell receptor sites at the top of your nose get full and they can't receive information. And so that's kind of the same way when you're baking cookies. You can smell it for a while and then you walk out of the room and don't really realize that you're smelling it. And when you walk back in the room, you smell it again. That's because your nasal receptors have cleared out and it's ready to smell the cookies again. How do you know which emotional oil to use? Well, just be intentional. Take note of how you feel. If you have several emotional oils in front of you and you're not sure which one you need, either look it up in one of the reference books that I offer you and get you hooked up with when you're one of my customers, or just smell them and let your body tell you which one smells the best and that you were reacting the most to. Also, my Itovi scanner is a skin receptor scanner, and it can tell also and gives amazingly accurate results. It's kind of scary accurate sometimes. So here's a pro tip. If you're feeling argumentative, try peace and calming on your thyroid. So that's a good one to try. Do you struggle with negativity? Well, this is a great life verse, Proverbs 18:4. A person's words can be life-giving water. Words of true wisdom are as refreshing as a bubbling brook. So sometimes we have to train our tongues in the way they should go, especially after we've been through great trauma. But the good news is the emotions can be healed, and oils can help you do that. So here is a little heart message behind why we're doing the training. Emotions are rough to figure out, and they act like layers of an onion. You have to peel each piece back to get rid of it. The one thing I found, though, is that this is a place where essential oils really get to show off. If you're looking for your wow moment, wow, these oils really do work moment, emotions can be a place for you to start because you can really get wow moments with this. Oils can be used in times of stress, dealing with kid temper tantrums, dealing with clearing an angry room. You can apply them over your liver or heart for a grumpy teenager. Use them in diffusers around your house when there's too many people and you're kind of feeling that oppression of too many people in a room. You can help process major situations. Like I'm kind of processing through the fact that we just went through a surgery with my dad and all the stuff that was associated with that. So that's kind of big emotions that you can process. So I'll think that the oil did nothing, and then I look back on the emotion, and then it kind of seems like it's not any big deal any longer. And things that I would have held on to for a long time seem less significant. And that's because my body is processing them and pushing them out in a healthy manner. That's the healthy way of handling emotions. So storing pain, fear, and anger is never a good thing. Start with the feelings collection and truly use it. If you're not sure what an oil does, take a good guess simply by looking at the bottle. Harmonia is likely for getting along with people. It's for letting toxic emotions go. Valor is for bravery and courage. Forgiveness helps you move on. Get the oils on the back of your neck or on your brainstem, on the earlobes, on the tops of your ears. Emotional Vitaflex points are a good place to put the oils, on your feet, on your spine, or drop them on your hands and take deep breaths in with your hand covering your nose and your mouth. That's a really good way to get the oil in. Even simply breathing an oil right out of the bottle for 60 seconds can make a huge difference in how you're handling a situation and which words you say, which thoughts you think, how angry you become, and how you treat those around you. Try the oils, sleep with a diffuser on each night, and let them work while your body is detoxing and healing as you rest. Do the protocol Gary mentioned that I told you about. And let me back up. And while you're thinking about this protocol, let me say it again here real quick. Valor on the soles of your feet, harmony on your spine or the crown of your head, forgiveness around your navel, release under your tongue or over your liver, present time over your thymus, and inner child on the crown of your head. And this can actually be, it's based on how the oils work the best and where the constituents work and where the emotions are stored the most. But it's also based on Leviticus 14:17. So I just thought I'd read that to you really quick. And it's talking in Leviticus about how the priests cleared and healed and purified people, sick people. And so Leviticus 14:17 says, the priest will then apply some of the oil in his hand over the blood from the guilt offering that is on the lobe of the right ear, the thumb of the right hand, and the big toe of the right foot of the person being purified. The priest will then apply the remaining oil in his hand to the head of the person being purified. Through this process, the priest will purify the person before the Lord. And I just thought that was really interesting because the priests of the Old Testament were kind of the healers and the physicians of the time. Now we see physicians turn up in the New Testament as actual physicians, not priests, but in the Old Testament it was the priests. So I just thought there were a lot of similarities with this emotional protocol and the places that you put the oils and that scripture. So I thought I'd share that. It's just fascinating to me. I didn't get a chance to put my link in before I started the video because I was running a little bit late, but I'm going to add a easy button link for the oils that we've discussed and add a couple more like Trauma Life, Brain Power, Highest Potential. One of my favorite right now is Sarah, and it's SARA, and it was actually developed for sexual trauma, but it is just a trauma oil in general, and it smells really good, and it speaks to me during my time processing these emotions and issues from dad's surgery and taking care of parents 24/7. And, sometimes an oil was developed for one thing, but it works for other things and speaks to people for other reasons. And it's just a trauma oil. So anytime you've been through kind of a big emotional ordeal, an oil like Sarah can help you with that. Joy is another one of my favorites. So I'll put all of these in a little wish list, and I'll put that in the comments to make it really easy, an easy button if you're interested in purchasing anything as singles. I'll also put the feelings kit on that button. And then also in the comments, there are some books that go over oils and emotions even more thoroughly and have some really nice some scripture references. And one of these books in particular, you can actually look up the emotion that you're dealing with, and it tells you what oil and where to put it that will help the most with that. So I'll put that in the comments as well. So I don't see anybody here that has joined me live, but if you did and I am not seeing you, I apologize. Thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.